I'm laying in my hammock, enjoying my after work hours. So happy. The wind is blowing. So nice. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about my hammock or the cool breeze, but I do want to say that I've been an insurance adjuster for over 20 years, and I have a course that I'm teaching individuals just like yourself, people who maybe they're looking to change their jobs, they're just not happy with it doesn't come with any kind of prestige, no means of improving or growing in the company. Also, people who are earning minimum wage, just looking for a job that's going to give them more stability, allow them to earn more income, as well as people who may just, be leaving school and trying to figure out where to go, what to do next. As an insurance adjuster, you can earn an income in the high five figures up to a six-figure income as an insurance adjuster. So consider that. If you want to make a change in your life, make a change in your career, you want better for yourself, better for your family, consider becoming an insurance adjuster. I have been doing this for over 20 years, as I said before, and I will teach you everything I know so that you can also do exactly what I've been doing. With my job, I'm able to pay my bills, take care of my family, I can go out on vacation, I can take care of me. I do not have to worry much about, maintaining my basic life, taking care of my basic needs. I know a lot of people out there are just worried, wondering where is the next meal going to come from? How am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay my mortgage? They're probably job hunting, trying to figure out something, getting something that's going to make them some money that makes sense in their pocket. Somebody who's actually looking for a career, something that they can blossom in, something that they can grow in. An insurance adjuster is a great field for you to consider going into. No kidding about it, no joke about it. It's definitely a field where you have the potential to make a good income. But in addition to that, you have jobs, potential jobs. Insurance companies just looking for people who know what they're doing and who can actually handle claims on their behalf. So now I'm going to explain to you what an insurance adjuster does. So have you ever been involved in a car accident, or you've known someone who's been in an accident and maybe they retained an attorney to help them because they were injured in the accident? Well, the person who you actually speak to at the insurance company is called the insurance adjuster. They're the ones who investigate the claim. They take all the information from you about the details of the accident. If your vehicle was damaged, they go ahead and they get an estimate done for you. They pay the body shop. They provide you with a rental car. They take care of you to make sure that you're back to the position you were before the accident. If you were injured, they're the ones who, again, interview you, find out what your injuries are, find out what hospital you go to, what chiropractic treatment you underwent, if you had surgery, all your treatment that you went through. They will obtain all the medical bills, all the medical records. They're going to look through those records with a fine-tooth comb. Pretty much, they're just trying to analyze all the treatment that you've been through, right? So everything, they're going to analyze those records just like a private detective. They're going to get all the information and they're going to put it all together, right? And then from there, if you are going to be like permanently disabled after the accident, they're going to make a note of that. If you're going to be able to get better and go back to your old self after the accident, they're going to make a note of that as well. Everything is boiling down to the offer that they're going to pay you based on the injuries that you sustained, the treatment that you underwent. So all that stuff is just for them to be able to give you a final number and say, hey, here's $100,000 to take care of your injuries. Here is $10,000. Everything just depends on the injuries that you sustained, the treatment, the medical bills, all that stuff. So that is the job pretty much of an insurance adjuster. And you know that there are so many insurance companies out there. I'm not going to name names, but there are so many of them, and people are getting injured every day. It could be a slip and fall accident. You know, you're walking in the supermarket, somebody spilled something on the floor, or a bottle fell and busted open. They didn't inform the store attendant, and there you go walking, you slipped and fell, you got yourself hurt really bad. Hey, a claim is going to be made to the insurance company for that supermarket, and they're going to go ahead and take care of your needs. So yeah, insurance is needed is in so many aspects of our lives, and pretty much everything is insured around you. Okay, do you know that those celebrities insure their legs, they insure their voices, they insure parts of their bodies? Yeah, if they're a dancer, they insure themselves. Those football players, basketball players, they all insure themselves so that if they can't play for whatever reason, then they have that income coming in to continue taking care of their needs. You know, they have those big fancy houses, they still have a mortgage payment that they've got to make. So when they insure themselves, like, you know, if their career ends, you know, suddenly because they get injured, there's insurance to cover that. Those people who sing and they lose their voices and stuff like that, if they can't earn an income, you know, make a living doing that anymore, guess what? They make a claim and the insurance company pay them. So again, insurance is available pretty much for everything that we do in life, and they need people like you, people like me, to take care of those claims, to work them, and to pay out. You know, the job of the adjuster is pretty much to evaluate the claim, to see if it's something fraudulent, to see if the claim is valid. And if the claim is valid, pretty much they're going to put a value on it and say, okay, this is how much this kind of claim is worth, so we're going to go ahead and offer this to the person. And guess what? The person on the other end, meaning the person who is receiving the money, that person is called the claimant. And that person can say, no, I don't want 100,000, I want 200,000. And then you will be going back and forth with that person, you know, in evaluating how much it is, because you, as the insurance company, may think it's 100,000 while the other person is saying, no, I think my claim is worth 200,000. And then if there's an attorney involved, it's pretty much the same thing, you know. So the attorney is pretty much going to be the middle person between the insurance company and the injured person that he represents. And, you know, he will do all the negotiating and gathering all the medical bills. They pretty much will do everything on behalf of the person who was hurt or who sustained damage as a result. So consider becoming an insurance adjuster. This is no joke. This is real serious business. Check the description box for all the information you would need about taking this course that I am offering. Check the description box. Check the description box. I will see you in the next one.